Hello, I'm going to play some Angband today. I am back to compiling Angband and running it in this Cygwin window. Cygwin is a Linux-like environment for Windows. I'm using it in Windows 11. It's free. You can find more information about that in a thread on the Angband forum, which I will link to in the description. Basically, I'm just going to be playing Angband, and I'll be playing it with certain UI settings. I was inspired to go back to playing it in this certain way because, okay, so I have been, for the past few Angband sessions, I was not using this. I was using the MSYS2 front end, SDL2 front end, compiled in MSYS2, which is another sort of Linux-like free environment for Windows. Actually, it's just that MSYS2 is specifically just for compiling Windows programs. I was using it with shockbolt tiles, and those were, oh, it's so complicated. Tile size. There. Now this doesn't really matter because you can't, the cool part of these tiles are the monster graphics. Oh, the potions are cool too. Oh, give me some monsters. I'm only on dungeon level 1 because I've just been running around testing stuff, so there aren't that many cool monsters here. Oh, there's some. Oh no, that's not a monster. That's sandals. There's a monster. A rock lizard. Anyway, but the problem with this tile set, I wonder, you can't really see it easily. It's sort of subtle, but let's size this baby up. It's super cool painted monsters and stuff, but they're a little blurry for at least on my 1080p screen. They're just a little blurry. This is their native resolution of 64 by 64, just perfectly multiplied up a bit, but it's so they aren't being distorted or anything like that. It's just they don't have quite enough definition for sort of a main focus of your eyeball in a game. I find my eyes feeling a little strained after playing this way because you can't really focus on that blurry little face of your character. For instance, it's just not enough definition there to focus on. So my eyeballs are not super comfortable with that, which is too bad. I mean, I suppose I could just load the shockbolt dark texture in Photoshop and crank up the contrast a little, but that would probably come out looking weird. Should I try it? Let's try it. That'll be fun. It'll probably break something. Run my ancient version of Photoshop. And let's see, this is my MSYS installation, which is over here. Probably under libs, icons. No, not icons, it's tiles. Tiles. Shockbolt. This is the one that's actually being used by the game. Let's make a backup of this because I'm probably not going to want to keep this. Okay. Here's the tile set. You see, you can't, I mean, it's zoomed way out. Here's some monsters. Hi, guys. So, let's, how should I do this? Levels? Probably levels. More control that way. What am I doing? That's way too much. It's not really enough to matter. Let's crank it, baby. Let's crank it. Wait, I can't even remember normal numbers. Okay. Ah, come on. I think this is going to get out of whack. It's not really going to look good. You can't just do this wholesale and have it look good. Also, it's probably just not. It's probably just going to make dark stuff darker and harder to see, and light stuff blown out, kind of. And yeah, it's not going to work super good. Well, try it anyway. Can I save directly to a ping here? It's letting me. 19 megabytes versus, came out at about the right size. All right, this might work. Let's go back and see what happens. Yeah, it didn't really, it just made stuff darker. My face is darker. I mean, it's a little better, you might say, but you're still gonna kind of be straining to see this stuff, to focus on it. I think. There's also just various font problems. Yeah, it's just not. I mean, if you're making stuff that's probably going to be tiny on screen, you can't really just paint it like it's a painting, which is kind of what it looks like this style was, how it was done. I mean, it's beautiful looking, but it's just you need more. Your eyes need landmarks to focus in on when you're, because you have to be able to take stuff in real fast in a game. So, yeah. So anyway, I was gonna try. I mean, it's too bad too because some of the monsters, this tile set is super cool. Some of the bigger monsters take up they're like two tiles high, like giants and dragons and stuff. They're just towering over everything else. It's super cool, but it's just not. It's just not enough definition for my eyeballs to focus on. I was going to use. I mean, the other tile sets, some of them aren't. I mean, some of them are just very rudimentary and a little too hard to tell what's going on for me. That's the original. These are kind of cool. I like this style, but again, it's sort of a painted style, just simpler, and you're gonna have maybe trouble telling what's what. Like it looks more natural that way, but it's like, yeah, it's gonna be hard to tell stuff apart, I think. What else do we got? This is the one I was thinking I was gonna be using instead, because everything's very sharp. You notice he's got these black lines around everything, so you can see everything really clearly, but I just don't find this, I don't know, it's a little, I don't know. Ultimately, I don't find this all that appealing. Like, I like the potion there, but some of the other stuff, I don't know, it's a little too distracting, I think. I'm not sure how to, I haven't played it enough to really put my thoughts together on it, but also, there's something kind of weird when you move. Maybe it's just how the shading works. It's just a little, it's a little weird. Look at that ham. So that was bothering me a little bit. So I was sort of trying to figure out what I was going to do, and I thought maybe I would go back to, well, I thought I might be playing like Moria for a while. I spent like 2 weekends customizing Moria to make it more like, to sort of smooth out the interface, make it more like a Angband, so you can like bump to open doors and stuff. But I was finding that just old style. Well, we can do it here in Angband. Old style pound signs for, whoops, I don't even know how to do this anymore. Okay. For walls are just kind of also a little hard to focus on. You know, where the walls are just shown by pound signs in a pure ASCII format or whatever. I don't know what the blocks are. Blocks ASCII, or are they something else? But I remember so then what, I was messing around with all kinds of different versions of Moria, Umoria, Angband, and I looked up frog nose because I saw some people on I think it was on the regular Angband forum talking about how, like, somebody was saying, and I don't remember names, unfortunately, but somebody was saying some of the most fun they've had playing Angband was in frog nose, and frog nose that's FROG, I think, dash KNOWS, not like nose on your face, but nose as in is aware of. And I don't know, was that like a shortcut for, or a sort of joke, a pun on God knows or something? Like maybe when somebody asked them, well, hey, what version is this? They said, oh, heck, they were going to say God knows, but they turned it into a joke and said frog knows, because maybe, like, it was that frog knows was, I guess famously the first sort of widely released version of Angband that the original student developers who made it at I can't remember what university it was. Anyway, that was the first one they released sort of more widely. Maybe it was just on campus, but I think that version spread outside of their own university. In England or the UK or something. And so yeah, that's frog nose. You can download these off the official Angband website, refile.org, REPHIAL. I'll probably, if I remember, I'll put a link in the description below the video. But so I had to run a version of Frognose. The simplest version seemed to be to download there's a bug fix version that was released soon after, and there was a DOS port, and then a bug fix version that was released in a DOS port form by another person who was basically releasing these apparently simultaneously or near simultaneously with the releases on the Unix machines or whatever they were on the that the main developers were using, were developing the game on. So and that's already been compiled. You can download it off refile.org by looking under the releases section and more releases, going all the way to the beginning where you'll find Frognose. But you do have to, on Windows, it's a DOS release. The window, it's not a Windows release, it's a DOS release that is compiled 1.1 port to DOS. So you do need something like DOSBox to run it. So I actually installed DOSBox. I'd never installed DOSBox on my own before. I've run it, I guess, through old games I've bought off GOG.com. So this is DOSBox. Let's see, I think if I go C:, oh, come on, I mounted a C:. Oh, you have to do this every time, or do you have to save it somehow? Shoot, I was following the one on the website. Okay, so I need to mount it to, gosh dang it. Okay, so mount C. Okay, so now if I hit C:, it goes there, hopefully, and I can do like CD Angband 1, where I put the 1.1 Frognose, and then we can just do Angband to launch it. So this is DOSBox. We're running Angband 2.4. Frognose, based on Umoria. So they forked Angband. They made Angband based on Umoria code, and I think it was Umoria 5.2 point something I was reading was saying. And you see there, PC port by George Teague. That's who was making these DOS ports. That's interesting. With color code was done by somebody else. So this is the 1.1 version, which this is the listing bugs they know about, not bugs they fixed, I guess. But it did fix some bugs apparently in the very first release. But anyway, what I like about this one, and dosbox, I don't know if there's a way to get it to scale up crisply. Like if I hit Alt-Enter here, which is the usual shortcut for full screening why does that have a big yellow? Oh, it's because I'm recording. It makes it blows it up, but it's doing some kind of filtering, and so it's not a crisp enlargement, which is too bad. But what I like about this is just that cool checkerboard thing they use for the walls in this DOS port. And I think I was kind of tempted to just try playing this version hardcore, but it's still very it plays mostly like Moria. Like there haven't been a whole lot of sort of streamlining of the UI going on. Like if it doesn't auto open lists of it did auto open that. Well, gosh darned. Oh, maybe it does. But if you do like Shift E to eat, you have to hit asterisk to open a list. Like all that stuff is pretty easy to change. I mean, I spent the last 2 weekends making that stuff in Moria. Like I made a version of Moria. Do I need to show that to people? I haven't recorded that at all. So this is my customized version of Umoria. Am I recording properly? Hang on, I'm sorry. I just didn't notice this little feedback thing it's giving me. Well, hopefully it's recording because I don't want to do this again. So this is my modified version of the latest official Umoria that you can get from umoria.org. It's Umoria 5. What version is it? Shift V. That's not it. V? Umoria 5.7.15. And so I've been making changes. So for instance there, I hit S, and instead of in regular Umoria, you just have to hit S repeatedly because it doesn't repeat, it doesn't auto search unless you're in search mode, and even that doesn't necessarily find something effectively. So I just made search work first time. That's a pretty cheesy hack, but it means you don't have to sit there banging keys. Likewise, I made it so if there's a closed door, and if you hit open at the door, it works first time. What? Some jerk is on me. Who is it? That just always succeeds. There's none of this like having to hit open, having to do open over and over, and it's saying like the door is stuck and you have to hit B to bash, and or picking the lock and all that stuff. It's just, I mean, who cares? I did similar similar hacks on Angband when I was playing Angband, because Angband still had that stuff in there. Angband does this kind of cool thing where a lot of that stuff is still there, but it'll auto skip until it succeeds. And you can auto skip. You can do like in Moria even. You can do like for instance. I mean, I've already opened this door. Let's find a door I haven't opened. It's not giving me a door I haven't opened. Come on. I just want a door here, guys. Just a nice closed door. I've already been all the way over here. Oh man, I think I have. Okay, I haven't been up there. Give me a door. Give me a closed door. For Pete's sake. Sigh. Gosh. Well, you're just going to have to take my word for it as I fail to find a single closed door. Here, I'm going to do a search. No, nothing there. So anyway, you don't have to sit there banging search over and over because it'll just find something if there's something there. I mean, if you hit search, I kept it on a manual search. It's not like automatically searching. There is a built-in search mode in Moria, which I think you move slightly slower and you consume more food or something like that. Speaking of which, See, now it auto-opened my eat list there. I just hit Shift-E and it auto-opened. That's a change I made. So stuff like that, just sort of more or Angband style streamlining is what I was doing in the code in Moria, which was fun. But and I do like Moria. So I'm just bumping into these doors to open them like you do in Angband. You couldn't do that in Moria by default. So that was another thing. Oh, another thing I did is auto resting. So if you hit Shift R, it says rest for how long. Now to auto rest in Moria, normally you have to hit asterisk, and that'll rest until you're fully recovered your health and mana. But I just made it. If you enter a blank, it'll auto rest. So I mean, I don't know why they like that asterisk so much. Like, they're big on asterisks. Like, if you want to do anything like quaff, you would have to hit asterisk to auto open the list. I made equipment lists like auto close once you take stuff off instead of just staying open. Like, once they're open, they stay open by default in Moria. It's a little strange how what their priorities were on inventory, but I don't know. I'm this is all just stuff that I got used to from Angband. I think I already opened this door, didn't I? But so yeah, there's a you can do enumerated repeat operations of search or open in Moria. This isn't something I was in there by default, so you can do like 11 and then hit O or S, O for open or S to search, and that'll do 11 open operations or search operations if like a door is being difficult or something. But that's just, it's a lot of keys to hit just to open a door, so stuff like that is what I was just sort of smoothing over. The one big change that required changing a fair number of files was taking out gender. Like Angband, you don't specify gender when you create your character. In Moria, you still do, but I took it out. So normally gender was, I think, between race and class there in the upper left section. I took it out. You don't specify it when you create your character. It basically just uses male parameters for the height and weight, and it doesn't print it in the high score list anymore. It doesn't print gender in the high score list or anything. It just doesn't know anything about gender. One weird thing I found when I was commenting out all the gender stuff in the Moria code was that some later developer, not Koniki or who's the other main guy? Does it show if I hit V? Not Cook. Is this different guy who did some development on Umoria? And I could tell who it was because he put this comment. He signed the comment in some of the Umoria source code. He put this little function in that basically says if the character is female when you're creating a character, if character is, or maybe it was like if character is not male, I think is how it went, give them plus 50 additional starting gold. And he wrote a little comment above that said, "She charmed the banker." And I thought that was kind of lame and sexist. I commented that out. Yeah, so this is my little tweaked version of Umoria, but yeah, I was looking at this compared to this with these walls. I just really like these walls. Like, it's harder to read here on my eyeballs at a glance than it is. I have to get used to hitting O in this one, though. I also don't really like how it just sort of updates. That's really just confusing and distracting, how the screen shifts like that. Like, somehow it doesn't... Maybe it's just because it doesn't do sort of a double image in this. This is running in Cygwin's Minty terminal, which is a really nice terminal. But yeah, so my version of Umoria, my little hacked version of Umoria, is pretty smooth now. I also, you don't, if you get a more prompt, how can I get a more prompt? I have to go hit somebody. you know, like if you're hitting a creature or something and there's a lot of status messages printing out, it'll, oh, I just need to go hit somebody. Let's go down a level here. Wow. Okay, I'm just trapped in a room. I'm hitting S. Okay, it's easier to get out of that stuff now with my, oh my gosh, I got confused. What confused me? Oh, that's a mage. Oh, this is bad. Okay, he can't see me rest. Okay, he didn't follow me. You're gonna die, you jerk. Okay, there. See, that was a more prompt, and actually I screwed up. So here's a more prompt. This is where there's going to be more messages. It can't fit them all on the line, so it pauses to let you see the last messages. Then you hit a key to continue. Now, for some reason, the code specified that to skip these more prompts, you have to hit specifically space or escape. Or maybe there's also something to do with like /R and /N. I'm not sure what those were about. But that was bothering me. It was bothering my thumb to hit space all the time. I wanted to just keep hitting the same key, the direction key I was using to bump the mage. So I just made these prompts. They will clear with any key hit you do. So that could be a little more hazardous. You might miss some crucial message. I guess you can always, read it back by looking at your message list with Control P. But I don't know. So that was another tweak I did. So like I'm going to hit up here, and it clears the prompt. It didn't actually hit him. He was already dead. It was just catching up with the messages. And see, it doesn't move me up or anything because it swallows that input. So it worked out. That was a really smooth change. I was pretty happy with how that worked out. So it was most of what I was doing was commenting out these sort of checks they were doing on stuff that it's like, do you really need all that stuff? Do you need to check to see if you should have the menu not open, and all this stuff? So anyway, that was what I was doing in Umoria. It was kind of fun to do. I've got so for instance here, it doesn't show a column for gender anymore. I think that was to the left of race, probably. I took that out. I tried taking gender completely out of the save file, but there's this tricky thing where the game, Umoria, comes with a default save file, and I don't know enough of like messing with these binary data files, which is what it seems to be. I don't know. I don't know enough about that kind of thing, whatever it is, to be able to mess with it. So when I tried to take out the just storing anything for gender, it couldn't read the save file. It couldn't read the default save file anymore, so it wouldn't start the game. So I settled for just putting in an X instead of an M or an F for gender, and then it doesn't care about the X. There's just an X in the binary save or whatever, just so it won't break the save format and break the entire game. So, I'm a hack. So that was what I was hacking in Umoria now. But all that was sort of like, well, shoot, I like these pretty DOS checkerboard walls. There's no, you can't just turn on block walls or something in Umoria. Not in the default Umoria, but it made me think that there is it reminded me of, there's a HunterZ Umoria on GitHub. If you search for HunterZ Umoria, you'll find it, and it's made by, does he have a readable? Yeah, this guy ported Umoria 5.6, the DOS version, I think, and he compiled it in Cygwin, but it's not a Cygwin specific executable. It's an independent exec. And he doesn't say it's the DOS version in here, but I think it was the DOS version. He was specifically, the support uses the MS-DOS flavor of the source code. He changed a lot of stuff, though, and it's a little buggy. But this is the version that the Rogue Loves YouTube channel, for instance, was using for his Umoria playthrough. Ben Shadwick is the developer's name, but I think his online handle, I guess, is Umoria or HunterZ. Yeah, so github.com/HunterZ/Umoria. And it's kind of a cool looking version, and you can just run it directly. It runs in a Windows command terminal. And so he's sort of simulating those DOS version, those old Umoria DOS version checkerboards. I think he was doing it in Unicode. I don't know if Unicode is what DOS uses, but I think it was. I read something he said just somewhere about Unicode. I think it was him. And this version is a little buggy. He did a bunch of bug fix versions, like Run was kind of busted for a while. You'll find Roguelove is complaining about he couldn't get Run to work the whole time he was playing. He had to play without the Run command. So here, if I do like, if I hit like enter a number 11, then S, so there it searched for 11 turns or up to 11 turns. So you can do that, but that's still like a bunch of keys to hit to enter. And it's still no guarantee that even after all that you would have found something, you know. I didn't find it, so I could try it again there. So that took me up to 22 turns, I guess. I don't know, at least 12. Here's an open. So yeah, so I don't know. I just hacked in my Umoria. I just took out the checks for search and open to fail. They never fail. I just commented out the checks instead of saying like if, you know, random D100 roll is, you know, low, then fail. I just commented all that stuff out. I don't want a human skeleton. So you can see he was simulating in his port of the DOS version of Umoria 5.6. He was emulating these type of checkerboard walls, which are in the actual DOS version, which is what I'm playing here in dosbox of Frognose, Angband Frognose, which of course was Frognose. What did I say? It forked from. That doesn't say it on the version page. Frognose. Oh no, it does. It says it starts off saying Umoria 4.8. I thought they. Oh yeah, 5.2. Okay, yeah. So they forked from Umoria 5.2. So back in Umoria 5.2.1 must have had the DOS version must have had these checkerboard walls. Or I mean, I think that's a theory, but anyway, they were apparently. It looks like they were also in Umoria 5.6, which is in this HunterZ, they're emulated in this HunterZ port to Windows of Umoria 5.6. So anyway, that's all kind of fun. That version takes a second to quit. It's also got a few just little tiny graphical glitches here and there. So anyway, that's Frogband. Super cool version of the game, I think. It's kind of tempting just to play it. It's kind of like I think they expanded the dungeon to 100 levels in this version. But they also, according to the build notes, and I was also reading, there's a very good blog by, I'm forgetting names right and left. He was on some of my favorite episodes of what was that, roguelike? There was a roguelike podcast. I'm forgetting everything. If you search your podcast thingy app for like roguelike podcast, you'll probably find it. And it was a guy who was on some of my favorite episodes of that, and he has a blog now, which is, I'm going to have to pause my recording and go find out the name of this because I don't want to miss mentioning it. Hang on. Okay, the blog is at setsideb.com, and the author signs himself Rodney Lives. That's his sort of handle, or his online pen name. His name is John Harris, and he did some of my favorite episodes on the old whatever that roguelike podcast was, and he had a good summary blog article about just going through the history of Angband and stuff, and he talked a lot about Frognose. I think that's what got me thinking about Frognose in the first place. I'm still running dosbox here, aren't I? So good old Frognose, pretty cool. And he was, I think it was his article that was saying, or maybe it was. There's also the releases section on the official Angband website. Also has summaries of what was changed, and one or the other of those was detailing what the heck. Like they greatly expanded just the number of potions and scrolls. They added rods. Rods were new here and all this stuff. So that was some of the. See, now here I'm stuck picking a lock and all. I mean, I just don't. I find that stuff entertaining. So yeah, they expanded the game greatly. It still looks a lot like Umoria, so you wouldn't necessarily tell, except there are more player races when you made a. So here I had hit search twice. When you make a character, you notice there's I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 new player races to pick from, and they just added a bunch of stuff. It's really kind of cool how they did it, but they kept the flavor of Umoria. And then this guy, is it Shiffy, oh, their names aren't in here. The guy who was doing these DOS ports of Frognose, he because those students graduated. So after Frognose, and I think maybe the 1.1 patch, which came out just like days later or something, they were done. They graduated. So this guy, was it Charles Teague? I'm getting all these. There's too many names. I'm horrible with names. He carried on with DOS Umoria, and he started adding a bunch of features, and a lot of them got added back. And this is all according to Setside B and the releases lists on the official Angband website. See, I have to hit space to clear all these prompts. My thumb doesn't like it. I'm gonna get killed by these rats, aren't I? But yeah, so it was actually later people who really started sort of changing more of the experience to make it more of what we know as, in modern Angband. Here it still plays a lot like Umoria. I mean, mostly like Umoria. Anyway, let's get out of Frognose. Frognose is pretty cool. Okay, did that quit? Oh, I still have Photoshop. Let me revert this bitmap I made. Just the crude old file name way. Okay. So that got me thinking, though, those cool checkerboard walls in Frognose got me thinking. I was like, wait a second, in Angband, you have an option to turn that stuff on. So if you go to user interface options, it equals, and user interface options down on P, show walls of solid blocks. Turn that on, you get this. And this is, I think, the default in like SIL-Q, the variant SIL-Q is walls like this. And it's just a lot easier to see. Another thing that I did, even in the graphical MSYS2 SDL2 front end I had been playing, was I had put the colors, because you can edit colors, C modify colors, so then you can go through. It's a little laborious, but you can tweak all the text colors. And I'd done extensive tweaking. I'd been running with like blue and purple walls in the ASCII version for a long time, but I was bothering myself. I think there were too many tweaks and they weren't quite right, and it was bugging me all the time. So this is now more or less back to the default Angband colors, but I've just tweaked down the brightest colors a little so they aren't quite as burning of your retinas, and I've raised some of the darkest colors, like dark blue. Like if you see down in the lower left corner where it says LF:2-1, that 2 is normally a very dark blue that's almost impossible to see against the black background. And Angband had that problem too with that kind of dark blue. And I brought that up with them, and they actually changed that default blue color to something that's actually legible on black. But here you can just change the colors in the Angband built-in color editor, which is pretty sweet. So that's what I just made that a bit brighter. Oh, maybe the one of those icons in the icon list, the row in the stats in the left column is also that blue. So yeah, so I'm at the moment, my eyeballs seem to be enjoying these block walls. They'll probably start getting annoyed with something or other sooner or later, and I'll change to some other front end, or I don't know. I can never be happy. So what is this? Magma vein with treasure. I wonder if I can... Oh, I did dig into the magma. 90 gold pieces of copper. So I'm just here on dungeon level 1, just messing around and testing stuff. Oh, so anyway, so I came back here and I turned on those block walls, but then I also wanted the sound I was getting in the MSYS2 graphical SDL2 front end. And I realized that I have way too much food. I didn't actually know how to get sound in the GCU or ASCII front end, so I had to go figure that out this evening, and I did figure it out, so I might as well, since I'm not even really playing it, I might as well keep not playing and explain to you how you get sound working. I'll have a link to this in the description as well. How you get sound working in the ASCII front end, if that's what you want to do. It's actually not that complicated once I sort of boiled it down, because these instructions are not in the online Visual Angband manual. They aren't really anywhere. If you Google for like Angband sound, you find all this stuff going back to like 2010 or older. I've actually some stuff from 2004, because stuff, was different back then with getting sound to work. Stuff was crazy back then. Like you had to find your own sounds and dump them in a directory or something. Anyway, so we're lucky where we're at now. But if you want to compile the ASCII front end in Cygwin, so you can use the cool Cygwin Minty terminal, which I like, and you want, for some reason, you also want sounds with that, you have to do a couple slightly different commands. So you do need the SDL, at least these 3 SDL2 packages that you can get with Cygwin setup: libsdl2-devel, libsdl2_mixer-devel, libsdl2_ttf-devel, because we're going to use SDL2 sound, but not the SDL2 front end. There's a difference, and that was a little confusing to me, but I think I've got it worked out. So anyway, it's pretty much normal. Once you've got those, it's pretty much normal style compiling for what you would normally be doing in Cygwin. So you change to Angband, you do /autogen.sh, which I don't know what that does, but that helps set up your configure step, I think. /configure, and I do with no install, which does not move the exe that it creates. So you can just run it out of the source folder where it gets created. But you do have to do --enable-SDL2. So that is one thing I had to add to my little procedure so that I could get sound working for the ASCII version. So configuring, you need --enable-SDL2. You just do make, back up a directory. Now, if you don't have, there's another main libsdl2 package, which is libsdl2_image-devel. You do need that package if you were going to be running the actual SDL2 front end, although actually running the SDL2 front end through Cygwin is not something I recommend. It's a pain. You're much better off doing that in MSYS2. Also, the Cygwin one I think is a little laggy as far as sounds go. And you have to run through this whole like Cygwin X separate GUI thing. It's ridiculous. Don't do it. But so yeah, if you were going to compile the full SDL2 front end, which you don't need for this, you would also need to get this libsdl2 underscore image dash devel package, but we're not doing the SDL2 full front end, we're just doing SDL2 sound, so we don't have, I didn't list that among the SDL2 packages you need to get. So if you don't have that one installed, it will not, even though you specified enable SDL2, it won't be able to, when the configure program runs, it'll look and it'll find it. So it'll say, okay, these are installed. That's good. It'll check for this and it'll say no, because if you didn't have that installed, that's not installed. And that means since it's still missing this, it will not enable the SDL2 front end, but it will enable SDL2 sound. And you'll see that, you'll see those for SDL2 front end, it'll say no, missing libraries. For SDL2 sound, at the end of the configure, it'll say yes or whatever to confirm that that is ready to go, or at least hopefully it will. So if that's the case and you did not have this image thing, which is not needed for what we're doing, then you can just run the game with, ./Angband/source/Angband or whatever you would normally do. If you do have the image devel installed, then the SDL2 front end is going to be enabled as the default front end. So you'll have to specify that you want to use the GCU front end instead with the -mgcu parameter when you run the game. GCU is the ASCII front end. So like this, whatever your normal exe part is, ./Angband/source/Angband or whatever, depending on where you're running from, where your exe that you made is, and then --mgcu to specify the mgcu front end. If you don't have that, it'll say something about video device not found for SDL2 front end or something like that, because it'll be trying to use the SDL2 front end. And you can't do that unless you're running this whole Cygwin X front end thing separately, and it's ridiculous. Anyway, if you want to use additional parameters like I do to do these sub windows where it's showing like my inventory recall in the upper right and monster list in the lower right and the message list in the upper left, if you want to do that kind of thing, you will, and you need to specify, and if you do have the image devel thing installed, and so you need this -mgcu parameter, you want to put that parameter before the -- stuff where you're specifying sub windows. So you would do your executable bit and then space -mgcu and then space -- and then whatever sub window parameters you like using. So that's how that works. And then the final thing is in the game, you hit =A for user interface options, and then go B for sound and hit Y to make sure that's enabled. And I just hit something wrong, but so you can just do that from the game screen. You can just do =A, B, Y, and that'll turn sound on if it wasn't on. And you may want to then hit S to save on that screen. And then hopefully you, where's my at? There I am. Then hopefully you'll have a little sound and you can hear every monster make the same weird croaking noises and get thwippy arrow sounds. Sometimes you won't hear the full first instance of a sound because it doesn't necessarily have it loaded. It doesn't seem to preload things, so it may miss a little bit of the first time it tries to play a given sound. But anyway, so that's sound in the GCU front end. Pretty cool. Pretty happy. I was kind of amazed that just kind of worked once I actually enabled the SDL2 thing. So hurrah. All right, so let's go actually play a little. Doing the town does look horrible in color in the ASCII front end. Oh, that's one thing about Frognose. So Frognose, I keep thinking like nose on face now. Frognose does have some color, at least this 1.1 DOS version of it does. Oh shoot, how do you save? Oh my gosh. How do you save the mount? Replace it with when the mount is, you can type. Yeah, how do you save it? Do you have to? It doesn't say how to save it. Is there a way to save it? A dosbox? Why? There must be a way to save. So actually in this Frognose 1.1, down at the very bottom there is a color or a monochrome option. Turn off color for monochrome, and by default it is set to no. But you'll notice there isn't a whole lot of actual color going on here. It's just in this version, all that I saw in color was some creatures like these guys are bright white, whereas the rest of the dungeon was the default terminal color, which is slightly is a light gray. So there's some color assignment going on there. It's basically colors on some of them. I'm not sure if it's on all monsters. Maybe all monsters are white, or maybe some other color, and that looks like what might be going on. I guess that broken bone was white, so it looks like maybe monsters and objects are defaulting to white now. But if I go up, so you'll see here, we've got not the the squint-eyed rogue is dark gray. The battle-scarred veteran is orange. The doors are different colors of the doors of the building. So when I first saw that, my reaction was, ugh, I don't want that. Because it does look pretty awkward, really. Like that limited a color. Like you notice the sidebar there is not, there's no colored font stuff going on there like there is in Angband's sidebar there. All that green text and stuff. But so that was the first Angband color. I'm not sure if that was in the original like Unix Frognose, or maybe they just added that for the DOS version, because there was that separate credit for that. It's not going to show me here. It showed me in the startup notes. I want to quit. Yeah, PC port by Charles Teague with TC color code by Justin Anderson. So that makes it sound like the color was not in the workstation or Unix or whatever Frognose, which was done. They called themselves hacked. Well, they attributed it as hacked by Alex Cutler and Andy Astrand. And then those guys graduated and didn't work on, didn't make Angband anymore. They left it up to whoever followed them, and for a while it was Charles Teague apparently, and then he was making specifically these DOS ports, and then those got kind of folded into, I don't know, it got really complicated for a while. So I'm not sure if the color thing was him and his collaborator, or if it came from the two original students. I don't know. Thanks, DOSBox. Okay, so that weird color does kind of rear its head here. It's such a horrible look. That's one thing. It's a horrible looking town. Oh, that does remind me though. So another thing, I actually got a good tip on this from Angband programmer backwardsEric. Because if you're clumsy like me, and maybe you're using a somewhat new keyboard that you're somewhat new to, and you hit you for some reason hit Control C. Oh, I guess I already do have this. You'll get a prompt to quit. Oh, there it was. Wasn't it? No, maybe that was something else. What's it? Contemplating suicide. Did I hit controls? I actually don't know what that was. I don't want to sue. I'm not going to mess with that. But if you do get a prompt to like quit without saving and kill your character, if you accidentally hit Control C, what you can do is go to, and you don't want that happening, you can go to the edit keymaps menu, which is E there down towards the bottom. You can query a keymap and see if there's something on Control C. It's not actually Shift C. Maybe it was Shift C. Wait a second. Maybe I'm screwed. No, Shift C is that. I thought there. Maybe it doesn't exist in. Oh yeah, because it's not a key. Well, wait, it is a key map. Let's go to run yet another version. Let's go to the Windows version of Angband. I guess I'll make a new character. I don't know. Sure. Notice there's this weird, like, I don't know if this is something everybody gets, but there's this weird blinking effect in this with the Gervais tile set. So here, if I hit Control C, yeah, do you really want to kill this character? Well, no, I don't. You get that by default, at least in the Windows front end. Maybe you don't get that in the GCU front end, which is weird. And when I asked about it on the forum, I think it was backwardsEric who was saying, maybe I put a bug entry. I think it was on the forum. Anyway, backwardsEric was, I think it was him saying that that like that's an old command to kill a terminal process or escape from a terminal process or something like that. But it's like, well, we're in Windows. That's you use Control Alt Delete, or what do you? I can't even think straight. You use Task Manager to get out of stuff in Windows. So why would you still have this Control C right next to? I kept hitting it instead of Control X. Like I wanted to save and quit, right? But I would keep. I was on a streak of hitting Control C and getting, do you really want to kill the character? So I'm like one key away from suiciding my characters constantly when I was just trying to save. So I thought that was a strange, I mean, you have this kill key right next to Control C, right next to Control X, right next to your save and you know, quit safely button. So that's kind of weird, kind of a weird legacy thing. And it didn't sound like he wanted to change that just because of the needing some terminal versions might, I don't know. But he did give me this good tip about, so I do have that problem here in this default Windows front end version 4.2.4 that I downloaded from the site. So you can go to keymaps and I think you can see what's there if you query it. If I hit Control C here, yeah, so it found a key map. So when you hit Control C, it's doing this key map that triggers Q, or is that Shift Q? I thought that stuff got changed. If I hit Q, no, that's QWOP, so it is Shift Q. Control C should have been lowercase. Well, so yeah, so it's basically engaging Shift Q when you hit Control C, and you can. What confused me was that you can actually delete that key map, so it won't do that, right? You can do remove key map on Control C, and then it removes it. Now, if you query it again, there's nothing there. If I go out now and I hit Control C, it's not going to suicide me. But what the heck is the name of this character? Oh my gosh! If I do actually do Control X and then come back. Load this guy up. Now hit Control C, it's back. That key map gets recreated because it's this automatic. It's so goofy. It's just this old goofy legacy thing that just, it's so. So anyway, what he said was, well, what you can do is you Shoot, there's already a key map there. What? Maybe I just have to delete it and put anything. I forget exactly. Let's try. Edit key maps. Let's. I don't think I just can. I just create a key map over it. Control C, and then what did I do before? I think I just used a blank key. Maybe I'll just hit space. It doesn't like space. Shoot, what's it? Okay. Oh no. Well, it's going to do escape now. I don't think I want that. Control U to reset. Okay, so I didn't enter anything. Keep that. To use another, so save the keymap to a file. It recommends they did that after I complained that I didn't know I had to save my keymaps, or it didn't remind me enough or something. So let's save that keymap to the default user.prf. Now, so now if I hit Control C, nothing happens, which is good. That's what I want. I don't want this suicide key right next to my Control X. So Control C is now safe. If I quit out with Control X, come back in, load that character, hit Control C, it's still okay. So yeah, because I put a blank key map there, it can't create that kill key map every time. So that's how you neutralize that in the Windows front end. Now I guess, but I don't have a key map there. It's not even, oh wait. Oh, so there is something there, because if I hit it twice, it says contemplating suicide. It's just that it works a little differently here. Okay, so I think if I query, if I do this, no, how do I query it? How do I do a control key in this? No, shoot. Because if you look at commands, control is shown with a caret. No, it's doing slash. Oh, man. It won't take. I killed myself by hitting the key multiple times. So that's the problem with that key. Fortunately, because I just moved this character over from my MSYS2 install. Oh my gosh. How do you do a control character in a key map? Okay, I'm going to have to look this up. And okay, so in the Angband manual, there's some possibilities here. If modifier keys, shift control, etc. are used in there, encoded as special characters within curly braces, possible modifiers are caret for control. If the only modifier is the control key, the curly braces aren't needed. For example, Control D, but that's not working with Control C. Special keys like F1 or tab are written within square brackets. So yeah, but I don't want to write one. I just need to query one, and the querying is goofing up. I think I'm going to have to ask on the forum and hope somebody knows. So yeah, I killed my character because of that goofiness. It's funny, it doesn't do that whole contemplating suicide thing in the SDL2 or Windows front ends. So here's my dead character, I suspect. Yeah, they're dead. Let's rip. But yeah, I guess I'm save-scumming because of all this stupid stuff I've been doing, changing front ends back and forth. That's my excuse. Save me from my own stupidity. Gotta be in here somewhere, right? What am I doing? Oh, I'm in Angband. Okay, good. That's not where they are. Oh, I think MSYS, does that have no. There they are, lib user save. I think that's close enough. What a disaster. See here, it's not lib user save, it's lib save in Cygwin. Let's see if we can. Yay, I'm back. Slightly back in time. What a safe scummer I am. Okay, so the kill key still functions in the menu because it's not it's like killing the process. Jeez. I just want to query it, but I can't put it in. No, you can't put that slash button. This is weird, man. I can't. Ooh, I wonder if it has something to do with my backslashes thing. Because there's something weird with handling of backslashes in Cygwin. So Carrot does this backslash business. We actually don't have to do that. I realized that recently. You can right click. Options is right there. There's something in the little GUI menus. Back arrow sends. I don't think that's it though. Control H. I don't think that's the problem I'm having. Let me try toggling that off here though. That'll screw up some other stuff. No. Oh, I can't right click while in the program. This blows. Why am I messing with this horrible conundrum? I don't want a kill key, that's why. What if I try remove? Oh, friggin' heck. Well, we could hard code it maybe. Let me try creating one though. Now let's see. How do I get out of this? I don't want to save it. Friggin' heck. No, don't keep it. Jeez. I mean, Control U works here, but Control C does not. Well, I think that's just the problem is a control. But what if I try querying some other keymap like control? I can't do any caret thing. What about query keymap control X? No, so that enters. So it's just control C is all messed up. Let's what is control S? Oh, that's saved. What about control A? That's a debug command. Control W? No. Control E? Control E appears to be nothing. Control E is nothing. Okay, I'm going to make the keymap I want on control E. That's just going to be a blank one. Keep it. Save keymaps, user.prf. Okay. I think it saves the PRS in this .angband area. There's user.prf. Gosh, how do I get into this goofiness? Okay, let's find that thing. There it is. So in theory, all I have to do is change that to Control C like that. It says not to edit this, but to heck with it, it's not letting me do it in friggin' heck. Let's try that. So you had to hit it twice in order to get the warning, and then maybe 3 times to actually engage the suicide to kill yourself. Uh-oh. It didn't work. Well, my user PRF is still there. If I put it in the curly brackets, yeah, sure. Okay, Control C once, twice, thrice. No, that was 4 times. Maybe you just can't do it in this. It's getting intercepted. So it's not doing it by keymap here, it seems. Yeah, it just won't. It's not receiving. Control C. Oh wow, it moved the text output to the wrong line because of that contemplating suicide thing. That's all very interesting. I don't want to report a bug on this. I'll just get some. I'll be told that it's gotta be there or something. And there's something I should know about how to navigate around this. Jeez. Curly braces. I just want that, but it's not. I shouldn't need the uppercase. I guess I can try that. I got no other ideas. I think that is some legacy junk there that's wrong. It should be lowercase because they fixed that. That's kind of a bug. I wonder if it's this number 1 thing that's wrong. No, I don't think so. I could have just loaded the perf. Four hits contemplating suicide. So that didn't work. Jeez. See, it's just not getting into a key map. It's not there. Can I just delete this whole thing? I don't know. I don't know. That sucks. Oh, and I have to get my, I have to save scum again. Oh my gosh. Why is it in 2 different places? Between 2 different, lib, save. Yeah, I'm back down in the dungeon. Oh, and I need to retoggle my sidebar because I'm actually using the sub-window sidebar in the MSYS2 SDL2 front end, so I have the sidebar mode set to none. Need it on the left. There it is. Well, that was all really goofy. Gosh. Is there... Okay, well, I don't know how to stop the suicide key, I guess, in the GCU front end. I can eat that apple. I think I'm ready to go. Two rods. Yeah, I mean, it looks close enough to... Let's get out of here. I should probably check the shops or something. Well, here I am back at my depth of 37. Good old hill giants. See, now I kind of miss having the... Like, what, let's save scum some more. If I take this... Oops, don't control X. Back to MSYS2 version, which is here. I'm going to break something horrible at some point, then I'll really lose my character. Oh, I just screwed that up. I'm gonna get this so wrong. Why don't I... Oh, heck. Come along and save scum with me. Get it all wrong and accidentally delete your character permanently. So that's what those guys look like in the Gervais tile set. It's just so hard to read stuff in this, this font thing. But, yeah, shock pull dark. Oh, the giants aren't actually that giant. Oh, they're just cave ogres. Oh. Well, they look cool and all anyway. What's this? Oh yeah, I'm not using bolts, I'm using arrows because I have a katana. I've got this longbow Lothlorien now instead of my old crossbow. See, I'm having trouble recognizing things now because I'm not used to the ASCII. Well, how did I screw that up? Just do that, control and then direction. Oh, but maybe one of those doesn't work? Good treasures, that's cool. Do I want potions of cure serious wounds? No. I guess I could put those on ignore, probably. Carrion crawler. Paralyzed. But I can't be paralyzed, I don't think. I've got all these ridiculous resistances now. That's pretty sweet. See, that's like one thing I don't think you could do in Umoria. You couldn't get like resistance to everything, I don't think. You're always in some kind of horrible danger. Whereas in Angband, I've been slumming it up. Look at all these stairways so much that even though I'm on level 37, I'm only level 33. Well, but yeah, but eventually it like doubles anyway. So yeah, I'm basically overpowered for where I am, I figure. Somebody messed with my mind. I can't see them on ESP. I don't have my rod of light or whatever anymore. I just fire an arrow down the hallway. It made a thudding sound, but doesn't indicate that it hit anything. Oh. Oh wait, I do have a Star of Crenether. Oh, that's not what I wanted. What does that do? Mapping? Yeah. Do I still have the thing that... Oh, necklace teleports me randomly. I guess that's like a... Oh, that could be useful. It's like a rare teleport scroll. What's the other thing? Oh, it's the helm. Line of light. Does that light up tunnels? It does. That's what I want. I don't see anything down there anyway. Should I try disabling this? I did it. Memory moss. That's what it was. I've only killed 3 of those. Causing amnesia. So it's not like it was draining my XP or anything, apparently. Did that? It says it's light 4, so I guess it did permanently light up this hallway. My helm laser beam lit it up a little. What the heck is a Gauss? Troll priest, young black dragon, Gauss. I've killed one. Clear webs. Oh, it's just a lesser beholder. Oh, it can disenchant. Can it do that at range? I don't want it disenchanting my stuff. What the heck? Troll piece teleport or something? Ew. Took out one of my identify scroll. Wait, he took out a bunch of them. He damaged... Ah! Wow, that acid sucks. Took out 2 of my identify scrolls. Well, that worked out poorly. That guy was pretty feisty with the Drago breath. Don't disenchant me. Maybe I should use my Rod of Slow Monster. Hey, it worked. Gaze to drain charges. Wow. Tried to make me stop moving, so that's paralyzed. Yeah, I don't think I can be paralyzed. Well, it's dead, thank goodness. I think I had a rod of light or something. I decided I never used it, so I chucked it. I think rods, I don't know, I'm starting to think that rods are probably too powerful. They're just like super, oh boy, what the heck. So these guys can spit acid, right? And they can burn. Why did I run right up to them? I'm a dummy. And there's a master vampire. I'm not too worried about the master vampire. I don't know that it can, like, drain stuff, but let's, oops. I don't want to do any of that stuff anyway. I almost teleported myself randomly. I guess I could do the laser beam. Yeah, take a laser beam, vampire. Oh, the vampire didn't like that. He cringed. Tried to do something. Did he try cause serious wounds? That would hurt. Oh, maybe he tried paralyze. I took 1 star off and, well... What is that? Oh, the friggin' Dunedain. I got hit pretty heavily by something. Darkness. I have a laser beam too. Oh wait, I probably don't have that recharged, do I? No. Just a hallway full of arrows and dead fire ants. It's like a whipping sound. Vampire's just chilling out back there. This ant's asleep. Coming, guy? You coming? Wow, that guy sucked. Uh-oh. Seems like a lot of barrel weights. I've killed 10 of those. What do? They're hurt by bright light. Nothing known about its attack. That's not reassuring. Red dragon bat. Troll priest. Well, that doesn't seem too bad. More fire ants. What is this formation they're in? They're all napping in this formation. And now I've started waking them up. I wish I had a rod that lit up the whole room or something right now, but I guess that's stupid. Might as well use my rod of slow monster, I guess. Oh wait, does that only affect... Oh, that only affects one. Doesn't affect the whole room. That would be a staff of slow monsters, which I have. But don't really want to waste. It says monsters plural, but it creates a bolt, so maybe it goes through a line of them. I guess there's no time to find out like the present. Ugh. I didn't even zap it properly. I didn't find anything out. Can I... How do you... I don't even remember how to target. What's shit? No. Oh, wow. Okay. So I hit asterisk because I want to target this dragon bat. I think I hit... Okay, I hit question marks, and now it's telling me stuff at the bottom. Yeah, I hit T to target the selection. Okay, so now... If I hit... It did not target... What if I hit F? God, that's a pain. Did it shoot at him? No. So maybe he's not my target. Maybe I have to, T, 1 asterisk target. Wait, that's a barrel white. Where's the dragon bit? Oh, the barrel white was in the way. Well, now he's not. So now, well, he was probably closest anyway. Well, he's dead, so that was all. I don't know what I'm doing. Just kill them all. What am I, a ranger? Whoops. Cursed leather boots, jeez. Ew, disenchanter mold. No thanks. Wait, what? Was there something there? Am I going crazy? Apparently. Ah! Wow. Drain mana. Oh. I don't care about that. You running up on me? Dunedain goofball. Oh, he hit me. So the Dunedain, yeah, cause serious wounds. That does a lot of damage. He just hit me with 1, probably. Oh, bolts of nether, man. Maybe that's what it was. Jeez. See, this is where I would want to... So how do you get out of my ESP range, even? I should have gone all the way up to him. Where did that gosh darn Dunedain go? Did I kill him? Long sword of Morgul. Long straight two-edged blade, 2 handguards projecting from the hilt. Form a prayer cross, slays undead brown. Okay, wait a second. I didn't pick it up. Well, it looks like an artifact. Slays undead branded with poison. Can be destroyed by acid, though. That's weird. See invisible, sustains my life force so I can't get my life drained. Aggravates near... Oh no. Drains experience from me? I don't think I want to use that thing. $197 versus undead. What am I doing with my katana anyway? 337. Yeah, this Morgul sword doesn't sound like something I want to mess with. Potions of intelligence. Restores intelligence, increases intelligence. Well, heck, I need to be smarter. 2 of them just sitting there. So I did get my XP drained. That sucks. I think I have something in town to cure that. I mean, that happens all the time. So my intelligence is 10. Now it's 11. I feel very smart. Now it's 12. Good deal. I don't want scrolls of teleportation, right? I have phase door. I have 2 staves of teleportation. I have my helmet, which teleports me. Metal Brigadine armor of resistance. Oh, resistance to acid, lightning, fire, cold. 48 AC plus 8. My armor is 48 plus 14. And I think it has the same resistances. So minus 348 plus 14. So it's just, mine's just a little better. Anyway. Oh, what was this thing? Wand of Confused Monster now. I just ran through a trap. Wow. Aren't quasits big pains in the buns? Confused, blank cell, teleport cell. Yeah, they're pains in the buns. Can I sneak up to him, do you think? No. He died. Good. +2 wisdom for an amulet. What amulet am I wearing? The necklace of Kalank, I guess. +3 constitution, resistance to light, protection from blindness and confusion. That's pretty sweet. Alright, I think I gotta get out of here. So this was a sort of horrendous session. I think I save-scummed more than I ever have. I don't set out to save-scum, but why was I messing with a kill command? So Control C in the GCU front end here, or at least my Angband or my Cygwin compiled one. If you hit it 4 times, you're dead. You get a weird warning at 3 times. And you can't even query it because it's not I can't even type a query on a control. So for instance, yeah, I was able to query control key stuff. But wait, I could in this one too, right? Head of keymaps, query a keymap. Control E, just enter it like that, yeah. But I can't query control C. So what is all this about though? Like, it's telling you how they're written, but it's not telling you how to actually enter them in the menu. I mean, it says to go to edit keymaps. Is that even the right? That's not even the right button anymore. Oh my gosh. Well, there's a whole bunch of goofiness here. Well, here's how it's telling you how to write in a pref file. Oh, that number is O for original key set or O. So yeah, I'm roguelike key set. Pref.prf. Where is pref.prf though? Is that in with... is it in with here? No. It's window.prf. Where is press.prf? Shoot. Tell me where. I need to see the friggin' windows. No, stop being bad. Show me the full URL or what the heck? How about open? Okay. Angband lib customize. There's keys-gcu.perf. Angband lib customize. What the heck? So it has these in little curly. Why does it have those in curly thingies? If modifier keys are used, then they are encoded as special characters within curly braces. Is that Shift K? What is all that stuff? That's not K, that's something else. Oh, K is keypad. Oh. Keypad meta. So this is just the movement keys. Oh. Hack commit suicide. What? Is that listed under commands? Oh yeah, that's special break, right. They don't call it commit suicide. They call it special break. So it's not set as a key map in this one. It's actually just a function of the terminal or something. Well, there it is. Why can't I? See, I ought to be able to put that into hack, commit suicide. We don't need that. Stupid, I hate this. Grr. Why, this probably is going to break everything. But I don't want that. So that's the default key map. Is there another control C? Yeah, there it is. I mean, that's supposed to stop it, right? But I don't think it's gonna. Get ready to kill my character again. Could have just done Control S, I guess. Control C once, twice, thrice, 4 times, contemplating suicide. And see, it breaks that whole display line. It's not supposed to do stuff there. Yeah, it just doesn't work. I mean, I put it in this stupid way, so I don't know if that's going to work anyway. Okay, then what if I comment these out here? Or do this. Once, twice, thrice, 4 times. Nope. So yeah, it's not even getting there. That's just for like the Windows front end where it might not have this terminal break thing anyway. Probably. That's for like run keys or Hacky keymaps to left shift running with arrow keys and curses. Now with numlock running. What was sound.prf? Dub train Angband sound config list. What? 2009. Oh, that's just where it sets up all the sounds. Well, so that doesn't, that tip from backwardsEric for, which he gave me for the SDL2 front end from MSYS2 just doesn't work in the GCU thing. And I got myself killed trying to use it like a dope. I'm gonna have to ask about some of that stuff though, like, well, like, is there a way to make it work? And like, this stuff is just out of date apparently, and this stuff should be lowercase. I don't know. All right, well, as usual, with just a bunch of nonsense going on, but I guess I had fun. I don't know. I just kept me up late as usual messing with this stuff, so I guess this is what I do for fun now. Got my health drained, got killed a bunch of times by this mysterious suicide key that operates differently in different environments. I mean, it's really scary here. Was it? Okay, I'm going to risk killing myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, contemplating suicide. So that just pops up over whatever is there, and it changes, like, if you're in the keymap section and you're like trying to edit a keymap or create a keymap and you get like Control C, contemplating suicide. Now the input point is up there. I'm going to try to screenshot that. Oh. Oh, no, I don't know what's happening. Don't kill myself. Oh, great. All right, well, what a mess. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go and display my ignorance on the forum or something. Thanks again. Good night.